So this is a very low grade video that I've been building here. Uh, it's just me with my laptop. We are starting mining Bitcoin. I bought two Bitcoin mining machines, and they're getting co-located out in Nebraska. They might get shipped to another place. What they do is they guarantee you 95% uptime a month. And so that equals like a day and a half of shipping it by truck to somewhere else, like sending it somewhere else and plugging it right back in. They get a little bit better deals on electricity, so they'll shuffle their stuff a little bit in a pattern that makes sense. Like put a bunch of mining machines in a truck and send it somewhere. So I'm cool with it because it gives us our live numbers, and it's a good deal to start with. So we pay the electricity and then we get Bitcoin through our mining pool. So we're going to start showing people the live numbers, and we have a 506C Regulation D private offering for accredited investors only. So um, we're taking convertible notes. We're selling convertible notes. So when we get enough of those and we get a final lead investor to price out the round, what it is that price is the equity. They close the round, and then depending on, first off, it's a $2 million value cap, and there's a limit of $1 million for that for all total capital raised, and your $10,000 minimum. It can become 480 something shares, up to like maybe 1100. There's side note negotiations with the lead investors to where we adjust a little bit of how the control works, because we're going to add more shares as the thing goes on. So we're going to go through two rounds. The second round is going to be a $10 million value limit on the value, another $1 million limit, and then a value cap of 10 million. And so you'll get less for the amount that we're asking, 10,000 minimum of a convertible note, but then they're going to start selling for $5,000. So what we're doing when we get to 2 million, we're going to buy all the equipment with these guys who are building a farm in North Dakota. We're going to start at one of the other places first. They're building an 8 megawatt facility in North Dakota. It's Crypto LLC. They're really cool. They're Christian. I found them by the numbers. We're trying to support a Christian nonprofit that I've started, praxisprofessional.com, and build up a little bit of our paralegal work and a little bit of our software as a service, and get a corporate private investigation license too. And make money with those other separate little business trusts. And this is an order of magnitude. Like, we're going to build out a 40-foot container for $1.7 million. It has like 30 Bitcoin mining machines, and it's going to make $55,000 a month. And then with that, we're going to start for 500 shares. We're going to sell for $2 million to institutional investors of different types, and they're going to sell for 5,000 a piece. So they're buying them at 4,000 and selling them at 5,000. That's our aim, is to get the stock up to $5,000. So, if you have 480 stock for 10,000 after closing a round, it's a good little profit for someone if you get in early. And it's faith-based, value-driven investing. Ultimately, is the focus is conservative Christian biblical counseling for sex trafficking victims. And we have to do paralegal work, private investigation work, and a lot of tech work. So, and we're gonna have donors donate to the nonprofit for the counseling. So it's jamespolk.net/private offering. I have all our documents on there. We're getting it, the notice of taking investments filed with the SEC. We don't have to have it filed first, so we're just talking about it. And then I'm going to file with the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. So those are the two main places I'm going to file. So it's here in California where I live, where I'm going to be looking for investors. But then we're going to file in different states. We have Blue Sky filings in other state regulator agencies to file with basic normal money around stuff that I didn't understand with the software as a service. I was trying to bootstrap because it's been my idea about holding on to my intellectual property. And I still like it, and that is still a separate business. But doing a money round automatically, going through this first 2 years of an MBA, automatically made sense to me. To after going through my financial management MBA course, I spent like 4 months. I probably spent 5 months, almost half the year. I went a little longer. I go 3 classes a year. I'm in my sixth class right now, finishing out the year. Looking at how Bitcoin works. With either expensing electricity or capitalizing electricity to change the cost basis, I kind of like worked into it in reverse to use Bitcoin. I started studying taxes. I became a certified registered tax preparer, and I've been working on the enrolled agent training, which I don't have the test scheduled, but looking at it all in reverse, it just made sense all of a sudden for me about Bitcoin to use Bitcoin because marketing's difficult, getting people to use software is difficult, and doing the other things that are comparable to Bitcoin, like hosting NVIDIA GPUs, you still have to find people to buy your service or to co-locate where they have their own GPUs, and then you build a facility and then you put their GPUs there because you have a better electricity price. Um, it's still a sale at the end after doing a lot of work. Like I've worked for more than 6 years. I planned it out for 4 years first after paralegal training at the University of San Diego, doccompletionforms.com. I've had ups and downs. I've had things happen, but we've gotten it all the way to where it's selecting and completing documents based on your conditional logic information intake form settings. It takes a good deal of work. It really does help you learn a document process, but selling people on doing something that is more from the academic range of how do you uphold unauthorized practice of law principles rather than, hey, how do you instantaneously complete some documents? Like, you really don't if you want to make sure that exactly what you want to have someone trigger a cause to occur by using your contact form happens, based on informed decision making information you give them along with what each answer option that they can select from each question you ask, and then it asks a different next question. That's not a quick thing. This is something where if you want to be really careful by helping people with some legal document completion, it's going to take time. So you have to really learn the document process. We're going to sell services where we do this for you. Like, okay, people are going to not want to do it. But if you learn to use the program, you can do that. So we're probably going to end up putting in some AI middleware in between to help you use AI to make the questions, to come up with the logical flow. It's just not a simple thing. I started reading law review journals about how to uphold unauthorized practice of law principles while working as a bond and registered legal document assistant without a law license, and it just is a whole set of things you have to do. So I got into it, but it's been an academic and learning experience for me, and it became rubber meets the road with software, and I got connected to Zapier, and then we finished the data merge, so the whole thing has been finished for the last 6 months. It's been like 3 months till we got it all the way finished. So I want more funding into it, and I'm just kind of leaving it there. It's usable. There's no problem with it whatsoever. Trying to market to some colleges to get it to them so that their students can learn document processes, because we feel that's a good demographic to show how to use a program, so they learn more about external law documents and internal business documents. So there can be a hybrid system where you do some document selection, completion, and complete like a simple document that gives you, the professional, what you need to know about your new client on one PDF. So something like that's very useful. But yeah, Bitcoin just made sense to me all of a sudden. Looking at co-location, I didn't know what co-location was. I didn't know that there was probably 15 years left in Bitcoin mining, how you can sell your Bitcoin miners and then ship some of them, buy new ones, and we're just going to keep scaling up as we keep hitting the last couple halvings. There's going to be new technology, new ASICs each couple years. Like the ones we have right now are S21 amp miners. 3,500 watts. And we're gonna be showing people live pool vision of what that looks like. But we want to get to all 300 miners set up in North Dakota. This is gonna be a big feat. But what we're gonna do then, we're gonna try to get a couple more of those pods, and then what we're gonna do is start a Delaware C corporation, and we're gonna do a bigger raise. So we're gonna try to do half Nvidia and half Bitcoin. Not half at first. We're going to do Bitcoin and get ourselves up and running again on a second operation and acquire most of the Bitcoin mining machinery from the first operation. It's not going to move at all. It's going to sit exactly where it is. And it's going to stay exactly running to the exact same pools. We're just going to switch the ownership of the pool of the wallet. It's going to be great. We're going to switch equity and make people's equity more valuable by doing something like a $240 million capital raise. We're going to have more firms, an accounting firm, law firm, a few other firms, an SEC, facilitation, business. There's private and public offerings that have platform software that costs like $40,000 a month just to do the offering. So that is where we want to aim to, but we want to help people make money by helping us get off the ground. So we really have funding for our software to keep perpetual funding into the nonprofit. I mean, some people out there say I should just try to get donations for a nonprofit. I don't see it, man. I don't see having a general technical, mechanical understanding of things like I do and not pursuing Bitcoin mining while there is still 15 years left of it. Stuff is just so cool. So the thing they say at Crypto LLC, and I say it too now, it's great. They say Bitcoin saves your money and Jesus Christ saves your soul. That's awesome. I found them by the numbers, and then I heard that in the middle of the video that they were showing about the new facility. I just love it. So if you want to invest and you are an accredited investor, we can't qualify people by sophistication because it's a 506C regulation D. Maybe into it, we're going to make some ways to partner. Like you can buy a Bitcoin miner and then finance it to us, or you can lend us money and we can pay you, let's say at each month we pay you our monthly payment, you own part of it still. So we send you part of the Bitcoin and we keep the other part of the Bitcoin. And that's how the financing will go, just adjust like that. We have to make sure not to create a securities contract in these partnership deals. So I have 10 different ideas about how to partner with people who just like how Bitcoin mining works and aren't accredited investors. But we need accredited investors. If you know big business owners who like our mission of getting conservative Christian biblical counseling to the victims of traumatic crime and human trafficking while working on their litigation support, send them our way. I know it's just my little office here. It's not Better Call Saul, but I have maybe not a back closet or back boiler room office, but it is a room in a house. But it's not a carpetbagger room. We're not going anywhere.